What would happen if domestic cats went extinct? As a cat lover, owner, foster, and behaviorist, it breaks my heart to even imagine what would happen if suddenly there were no domestic cats. At the same time, cats are considered an invasive species in many areas of the world, where they were introduced to the environment by humans. It's an interesting exercise to think about what impact cats have and how that would impact all of us if they were gone. Don't forget to let us know your thoughts and opinion in the comments after watching this video. Let's begin. This is what we believe would happen if all domestic cats went extinct. Increase in bird population. Birds are important to the environment by controlling insects, spreading seeds, and even pollinating plants. There are a lot of estimates on how many birds are killed by cats, but the truth is, we don't really know. However, if domestic cats went extinct, for sure, less birds would be killed by them. The biggest difference would likely be seen on islands, where the ecosystems developed without the non-native feline playing a role. Without cats, nearly extinct bird species may bounce back and recover if all else remained equal. Whether on an island or a mainland, other predatory animals would end up killing birds, especially since more would be available. Different types of birds, deer, raccoons, squirrels, frogs, rats, and snakes are just some animals that eat birds and bird eggs. To further complicate it, cats hunt some of these bird-eating avians and mammals, like rats and squirrels. Without cats, more of these predators would be alive, and they need to eat. So while birds wouldn't die at the paws of a cat, they would still be hunted by other predators, and there would be more of those predators to hunt them without cats. Would they kill as many birds as cats do? It's impossible to know. Rat population increase. Speaking of rats, they are also considered an invasive species, even more than cats. Which brings up an important question. What would happen to the rat population if cats went extinct? Would it completely explode? Surprisingly, cats don't kill rats at the same rate they kill other rodents. Their pheromones, chemical signals, deter rats from entering an area. Without cats, the rat population would likely not explode, but rats would be more present and enter areas they currently don't hang out. This would impact homes and businesses, but not just with the annoyance of their presence. Rats are known to be destructive to property, like chewing through wires, whether in a building or a car, which can also lead to fires. Any property damage comes with an increase in repair costs. But rats being this close to us brings up another huge concern: disease. According to the CDC, rats can carry a lot of diseases that can be transmitted to humans directly or indirectly. There are the obvious ways they pass on disease, like through a bite or scratch, but disease can also be spread by a host, like a mosquito that fed on an infected rat. Without cats, rats would enter more areas closer to people, causing an increase in property destruction and the spread of disease. Other rodents and small animals. Outside of rats, other small animals that are prey for cats include mice, moles, and rabbits. Their populations would increase significantly, and we'd see an increase in damage to property, crops, and food supplies, and the spread of disease. Grain and crops. Rats and mice are known for getting into grain and causing major problems on farms. For this reason, it's common for farms to have outdoor working cats that keep the rodents away. Whether through hunting, in the case of mice, or just deterring, in the case of rats, cats make a significant difference. If rats or mice get into grain and feed, it needs to be thrown away. That is extremely costly for farmers. Without cats, more rodents would get into grain, and farmers would need to try to find other ways to tackle the problem. This would include reorganizing how they store grain to remove as many access points as possible, and likely using different types of bait. It would be very time-consuming and also costly for farmers. That cost would come back to the consumer because farmers would need to charge more for food to cover their expenses. In addition, rodents can also eat crops, which would literally mean more rodents would dig into farmers' profits, and there would be less food harvested for people, which in turn would drive up the price of the food that was available. It would hit us in many different ways and be difficult for farmers. Spread of Toxoplasmosis. Wild and domestic cats are the only definitive host for the parasite that causes toxoplasmosis. This parasite is spread through cat feces starting 3 to 10 days after exposure and for up to 2 weeks, but it can survive in feces for a long time. Even if a person isn't exposed to cat feces, they could get it through undercooked meat by animals that were exposed to cat feces while alive. Since no other living thing can pass this parasite, if domestic cats went extinct, only wild cats could pass it. There would be a decrease in the parasite, and it would likely be confined to certain areas that have wild cats. It's important to note that animals and humans infected with toxoplasmosis usually don't get sick or even have symptoms. Issues are rare and most common in the young, the old, or immunocompromised individuals. The biggest risk is to pregnant women because toxoplasmosis can cause issues with the fetus eyes, brain, liver, or spleen, and may even cause a miscarriage during the first trimester. The CDC estimates 750 fetuses die a year in the U.S. from toxoplasmosis, which is a low number when looking at mortality rates. The impact would be positive overall, especially in underdeveloped countries where there's a lack of education for pregnant mothers, as well as challenges with the cleanliness of living conditions. However, in the U.S., the impact would be extremely minimal. Thankfully, we still have cats. Unfortunately, there would be some pros if cats went extinct, like a rebounding bird population and an end to toxoplasmosis. But there would definitely be a lot more cons, like an increase in rodents, decrease in harvestable crops, and increase in food prices. It's also really impossible to know the full ramifications on the ecosystem, because they are a big part of it in most areas of the world. One thing is for sure, our furry friends are here to stay with us for now and continue to add happiness and joy to our lives. Before you leave, if you'd like to support us, make sure to visit our online store. When you purchase our products, you're helping us create more content for our channel and keep it free for everyone. We want to ensure this channel stays high quality by making improvements in every new video we upload for you. You're also helping cats in need, since we donate part of our revenue through cash and products to feline rescue organizations. You can visit our shop by clicking the link in the description or by typing mylovelyfeline.com. Thank you so much for watching. If this video was helpful, please don't forget to click the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It would help us tremendously. I'll see you in the next video.